Going on. Yeah, it's funny you sent me that. I've been going through stuff constantly, just constant stuff. But yeah, man, I just wanted to address something that you said. We had talked a little bit a while ago, and I just wanted to kind of like give you my point of view on like how to deal with all this type of stuff. Fortunately, like, I mean, you're in the type of situation where you don't see your son anymore, so yeah, that hurts, but you're not constantly fighting for him or dealing with the daily refusals of rights that you have, like I am. So, although it hurts and you don't really have a relationship with your son, you also don't have to put time and energy into fighting still, really. So, because not that you've lost per se, because you don't know what the future holds, but it's almost like over, right? So I understand that it destroyed you and whatnot. And like I deal with the same thing. Like you had sent me the message, and that's what I wanted to like clarify. Really was like you had sent me the message saying basically, I don't know how you do it. It seems like it affects me less than it affects you and whatnot. And I mean, like I'm affected by it on a daily basis, every day. And it sucks. I haven't seen my son in like 2 months. Just because his mom decides that she's going to trash my name and just create lies and just not hand him over on my days. So I go to the police, I file police reports, I keep screen captures of all the emails, all the correspondence, I organize them into documents and folders, and it's just a huge fucking nightmare. And it is kind of destroying me in a way. But I keep fighting, and I don't know. Maybe it's a waste of time. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to pay off or my relationship with my son is going to get improved or better in the future or not. I mean, it's not super good. I feel like he's like following his mom a little bit too much. As far as like her narrative. And I mean, he lives with her, so he doesn't really see my day-to-day life. He doesn't understand everything I do behind the scenes just to try to see him a few days in the year. Basically is what it is. He has no idea everything I do. I mean, I try to tell him, but he's just like, oh, okay, like he's kind of clueless, and frankly, it's a bit annoying because he seems to not understand what's going on, and I feel like he should be waking up pretty soon. I'm not here to like waste my life fighting for somebody who doesn't ever realize anything that I'm doing and just kind of accepts the other point of view. But I don't really tell him that. I just kind of like, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but so yeah, I just wanted to kind of clarify that a little bit. I don't know, man. Like, there's no easy way to deal with this type of thing. These women who are willing to destroy their ex-partner and erase him as a father from their child's life, and even at the detriment and harm of their own child. I mean, that for me is like pure evil. And I think we're not really even dealing with regular humans here. We're dealing with another, if you want to call it, some type of, psychotic, possessed type evil thing. And I mean, what is the alternative? Like, yeah, it sucks for me to waste my life fighting for, little scraps that I'm given from time to time, and just to be kind of scratched off and have the narrative written that I'm the whatever that is she wants to paint me as. But I know it's not true. I know I'm doing my best, and I guess that's the only thing that like keeps me still fighting and just kind of like doing what I can, and whatever happens happens. Like, if I stop fighting, or I just kind of roll over and just kind of let her steamroll me. I mean, that's not going to be the solution, but I feel like neither is fighting at this level that I've been fighting for all these years to be slowly erased bit by bit. So I do feel like there needs to be a change. And yeah, man, like I don't see anything like happening that's going to change. So I don't have much hope as far as that's concerned. But um, yeah, it is what it is, you know. Um, I'm just hoping, I can basically show my son when he's 18, all the stuff, and just being like, here's the deal, man. Like, I fought for you all these years. You kind of just followed your mom. I don't have endless energy, endless focus to waste on that type of thing, when I know that the system is a corrupt system. The courts don't care, the police don't care, the judges don't care, the lawyers don't care. I can have all the proof of years and years and years, and they're just gonna look at it and just be like, try to get along with the mom. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just too bad. It's too bad that that exists and that happens to people. But you know what? Nazi Germany, that was too bad, and concentration camps, that's too bad, and there's a lot of bad stuff that happens to people in the world, and I guess that's kind of how I look at it. Is like, evil exists, people with bad intentions exist, and I got stuck in that, in the webs of instances where that happens. My parents never went through this type of stuff. My mom and dad, they didn't have the perfect relationship. They're still together, but they can never do this level of evil to each other. So it's not something I grew up with or that I understood could exist or could be a possibility. It's just kind of something that caught me by surprise, and it's just kind of like I have like PTSD from that. I know I do, because when I hear her name, or when I get an email or a text where it's just trying to assassinate my character every single time, and it's not just once every blue moon. It's anytime I receive any correspondence regarding my son, it's always filled with insults and whatnot. So it's crazy, man. Like, it's hard to live that type of a dynamic, and it's toxic as fuck. It really is. And I just can't wait till he's 18 and he can kind of make his own choice, but just not having to invest my energy, because he's still at the age where I'm like, I have to keep trying, because he might wake up, or he might see things a bit clearer, or maybe when he's 18 and he has a good job, he'll come see me more and he'll realize, so I'm still kind of like fighting with that little hope. But at the same time, I kind of know that that's kind of like wishful thinking, and I shouldn't hang on to that as like being what keeps me in the game. So at this point, I'm just kind of like, do the best I can, do it as quickly as I can. I've already invested years of my life into this shit. And the investment is made and it's paid in full. And from now on, there's not much else I can do. But I'm struggling, man, on a daily basis, dealing with this type of fucking bullshit, and especially the the system, like, for family law is just so skewed so that the mothers can basically do anything they want, and fathers, they have to dot the i's and cross the t's and be perfect. And even then, if the mom cries foul, then the court system says, oh, okay, well, the mom's right, poor guy. The dad will see his kid once a year, or maybe once a month, because she's gonna block him, whatever. Like, it's bullshit, man, and it's toxic as fuck. So it's depressing. But I try not to get into that depressed mindset. I look at it more as, what's the good I can do in this world? How can I inform other men about what's really happening, like on Instagram? How can I inform my son about it, and give him the best chance to see the truth? How can I fight in a way? For me, it's about keeping my dignity. Like, yeah, they can take me away from my kids, they can try to gaslight me and write lies about me, but I'm gonna be I'm gonna retain my dignity and my belief in myself, knowing that I'm doing the best thing possible. And that gives me the energy to not just be in a dark place, you know? If I know that I'm doing everything that I can, I'm doing the right thing, then I kind of like, it still hurts, but like I just kind of go, you know what? Like I did everything I can. As long as I sleep well at night, and knowing that I didn't do everything perfectly because I wasn't fully informed. I didn't have help. I didn't have financial backing. I didn't have anybody really helping me. But I did the best I can in my power. And that's the way that I move forward. And I still have hope. And I still just go like tonight I can watch a movie. If I want, I'll drink a beer, although I won't drink a beer. Maybe I'll drink a few beers this weekend. Like I know that like I'm basically free to do whatever I want, and that's the real thing is like I don't have to like be servant husband like being like, "Can I please see my son?" or I don't have to like just being independent and just being like, "You know what? Like, I'm in my rights. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing and a little bit more. I'm not getting recognized for it. That's totally fine. At least I'm not and asking her, please, can I see my son? And thank you for saying, like, I don't say please and thank you and shit like that. Like if somebody, like, I might say a little thank you, or whatever, but like, if it's my custody day and I get my kid, for me it's just normal. I'm not here to like say please let me see my kid. I'll do anything for you. You're right. I'm scumbag or whatever. Like no. I'm going to act in my rights fully, and if the system is shit and the system destroys families, that's the system's fault. I can't change the system. I have to operate in the system. And that's what keeps me that's what allows me to sleep at night, you know? So sucks, man. It sucks. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about that because yeah, I'm totally affected all the time by this shit, you know? And I just try not to overinvest in a faulty system. That's something I've learned is like it's a shit system, recognize it for what it is, and then just kind of like, scratch it off.